Hi, everybody. It's Deanna with Tools of EnergyProtection.com, your energy shift expert and Akashic Records advisor. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I am experiencing a little technical difficulty on Instagram over here for whatever reason. If you can see me on Instagram, can you send me a wave? So we both have our YouTube audience and there we go. Hi. Thank you. Our Instagram and our YouTube audience today. So I'm taking questions with Akashic Records. For those of you that aren't familiar, Akashic Records are things everybody has thought, felt, done, and said over many lifetimes. And they're stored right here in your toroidal field, right here above your head and in your energy field. And those energies can sometimes block us from doing things that we desire to do. And how many of you are out there are feeling huge amounts of anxiety right now? You know, lots and lots of anxiety, and things are unsettled and might be tight. And so, what's happening right now is that a lot of us are bringing up thoughts, feelings, and emotions that aren't even from this lifetime. And once those are cleared and once those are identified, they can be worked with. It's very, very easy to do that. So if you have a question, I want you to post it down below here in the feed. And I'm going to move my Instagram beautiful lovelies over here so that I can see my chat over here on the YouTube channel. And what I'm going to do is shuffle the cards. So if you have a question, I'm going to start out by answering a question about Akashic Records. So if you have a situation in your love life, if you have maybe a business or money opportunity you're not sure about, or something in your health, that information can be stored right in the records. And once we know what it is, we can help you to shift it or move forward. So during this broadcast, I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. And while it's going on, if you go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on sessions, I have for during this broadcast and 30 minutes after, in case you catch the replay, it's 2 o'clock now. I have reduced the price of the sessions by, get this, $30. And the reason I did it is because I know a lot of folks are saying they're having trouble right now. So I'm going to leave that open. Toolsofenergyprotection.com, click on sessions, go to an Akashic Record reading, and get that discounted price. It is 2 o'clock, and at 2:30, I'm going to take that special pricing down. So grab it while you can. It's about do the math real quick in my head. It's about a $30 discount. So anyway, let's get on with some pre-readings. Hi there. It's the name comes up 1, 2, 3, 4 lost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm so sorry you're lost. And hi. Hope you're having a great and wonderful day. And I'm shuffling the cards, and I'm so glad you asked me the question. It says, can you connect with my dad? He passed, and I wish I could have met my daughter. Okay, so he passed. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 lost. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is actually a medium reading, which I also do. So thank you for that question. It opens it up from Akashic Records to mediumship. I actually did talk to deceased loved ones. I talked to angels and beings that are not from here. So I normally would just say that let's talk about Akashic Records, but since you opened that up, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to connect in and see if I can connect to your dad. Woo, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 lost. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love that login name. I'm asking to connect energetically to you. So what happens is it's like here's you and here's me, and there's a connection, and I go through that. And as I'm feeling that connection, for those of you on YouTube, I have a Instagram follower. It's asking me about mediumship and wanted to know if I could connect to her dad. So as I'm connecting to your dad, I'm getting goose pimples on my arms, God bumps as they call them. And whatever whatever way he passed, I feel it's tragic. And like if he took a substance and died suddenly or something just really tragic. And I get goose pimples. So I know he's right here with me in my studio at toolsofenergyprotection.com. He feels really heavy in his back, just very, very heavy. So that tells me either the person died laying back or laying down. Because once you're deceased, if you're on your back, it's like all your energy and your blood will sink to your back. Or something happened to him because it's a lot of trauma in the back area. That energy is undulating. And Okay, and you're saying, that it was really you do 1, 2, 3, 4, lost. 1, 2, 3, 4 says, "It was really sudden. I was in Florida and drove home to Colorado as fast as I could." Oh, God love you. Big hugs and kisses to you. It really, touches my heart. So I do have some questions over here on the chat for YouTube. I'll get to you just a second. I've got YouTube and Instagram going on here at the same time, so I can do a live. The intention today was to do Akashic Records readings, free readings, so you all can know what it is. Because I have a person that's working with my media now, and she's like, "You don't tell people what you do, so you need to go on and do that." So I'm coming to you today live from Loveland, Colorado, in my Tools of Energy Protection studio. And as an extra little bonus for you all coming on today live on my website, tools, TOOLS of energyprotection.com. If you go to services, the 1 hour Akashic Record reading has been discounted for you all by $30 because I know a lot of you were calling saying, I really need a reading, I need help, and I just can't, make it work because things are tight right now. So from 2 o'clock until about 2:30, I'm leaving that open so you can go book yourself a session for that price. I have lots of different times open. So 1, 2, 3, 4 lost, 1, 2, 3, 4. I deeply encourage you to go ahead and make an appointment with me so we can talk. When your dad comes through and I get goose pimples like that, that means he is ready to talk. He is ready to connect. And no, that doesn't always happen, you know. So uh, let's see. It said you said I got to be by his side a week before he passed. I would really like to know how he passed because again, I feel his back and just a lot of undulation back there. Like some kind of a trauma or something in the back. Um, anyway, I'm going to go on because I do have a bunch of other questions. But 1, 2, 3, 4 lost. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love you and I hug you. And I'm so sorry that you lost your dad. That's very tragic. And he does connect very easily, and he does see you. A couple days ago, he saw you in a car. It's not like you were driving, but you were in a car, and he didn't approve of what was going on in that trip. So I don't know if it was just like a lot of music in the car or something that he just normally wouldn't approve of. But yeah, and he's reaching out. So, yep, if you'd like to let me know, I'm going to close that out because I'm going got some other folks that have questions. And again, big hug to you. If you can make that session online and make sure you use your email when you log in there to set an appointment. Make sure you use the email phone number, and I'll reach out to you and we can actually do a session just like this. So we don't have to be on the phone so you can see me. But I thank you for your question. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Lost 1, 2, 3, 4. I see I've got but some other questions for Akashic Record readings. Willow, I'll take you in just a moment. I have a question over here for the Akashic Record reading from Robin. It says, will my business at work be good for me this year? Okay, let's have a look, see what's in your records. The records will contain energy towards the future. Things you've already agreed to learn or do, and it starts setting those things up for you to experience. And Robin, I am getting cold chills everywhere, girl. Cold chills, I'm telling you. More so than when I connected in with that other deceased loved one. All right, ha, Robin, you're so funny. The Akashic Records card we have says summer, winter. So you said, will business at work be good for you this year? It looks like you all are gonna do either feast or famine. Either it's gonna be really cold and really slow and people aren't, looking or buying, things, and then you're going to go back and forth between that and the summer when everybody's running in there. So, I can almost tell you that if we have a heavy winter here in Colorado, people will be rushing in to get the supplies, for camping or generators or whatever, because as today, which is March 28th, 2022, there's already a hurricane that's really looking not so happy there in Florida. And if that's the kind of weather we're all in store for a big storm. So thank you for your question, Robin. Big hugs and kisses. Would love to see you soon. Okay, Willow, if you're still here, can you give me a thumbs up and let me read your question? Or I'm sorry, on Instagram, I'm used to doing Facebook. Give me a thumbs up or a love or a heart or whatever they have over here on Instagram. Like I said, it's a new thing for me. And so if you do enjoy the readings or if you've enjoyed watching these readings, thank you. Okay, you're still there, Willow. Great. Um, if you'll go over to toolsofenergyprotection.com, and for until 2:30, I have put a 1 hour session available for $90. It's normally $122 for the hour. And the reason I'm discounting it is I had a lot of folks saying that they needed help, they needed a reading, but they were having some financial challenges. So when you book a reading, we can do a one-to-one like this. So I can send you a link to Zoom, or we can do a phone appointment. I do like to do the Zooms though, so I can see you. It's a private reading. And I will send you a notes when we get done with that. And we'll see what's going on in your life, see what's holding you back in your power, and how we can release you. I've been finding a lot of folks lately have been calling me about dark entities that are following them around and getting that cleared. And that's sometimes just as simple as clearing your Akashic records. All right, here we go. Willow, it says when you, let's see here. When you came on, I was having anxiety about who I should choose for a relationship because I have too many options and I'm worried about choosing the right person. Wow, Willow, what's your secret? I love it. I would love to step into those shoes of having a lot of people, but not the anxiety. It says I felt it was synchronistic, but I don't know if there's any Akashic Record answers for me. Yes, Willow, there's always Akashic Record answers. So that let's answer your question, then I'll tell you some of the ways I've been working with clients to help them. All right, so I'm asking in your records, what's going on that you would be in a position where you have many options in a relationship and are worried about choosing the right person? Okay, the first thing I'm picking up on, Willow, is my head. This is not even, I haven't got to the records. My head is hurting right here on the top. So here's my nose, and right here on the top, my head is hurting. And when I get that kind of pain, that usually tells me that a person is either having a lot of headaches. There could have been a stroke. I'm not saying that you're going to have one. I'm just saying there could have been one in this situation. In your current life, it feels like the reason you're having anxiety is there's one person that in the records coming up, there's going to be a challenge for them that will cause them to change greatly in their personality. And when that happens, it'll make it harder for you uh, to have the relationship you did before. Any great change, that you have will change the relationship. So I was told by my guides to get the fifth card on this deck after I've shuffled it. That's kind of funny. And let's see what you've got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the card that's coming up for you, Willow, is the scribe. Okay. And the scribe, as you all can see, there's lots of scrolls here that they've finished with, or they've tossed on the floor, and they're working hard on the present one. So these things on the floor for you, Willow, are things from your past lives. These are things that you thought you wrote, you thought you knew, and now you're trying to create all this stuff again. And it's not necessary. You can actually write a brand new life. These things have to be taken care of, though. They have to be resolved. So there could be things like not taking your power back, not standing in your truth. And all of those things have been put down here in your past lives. And so now you're back in this life to straighten that out. And you're attempting to write this new one. You're not even looking to see what you've done before. You're just trying the same old story over and over again. So the records can be looked at. We can culminate those records. And then when you said you were in anxiety, here's how I work with clients. So when you come to a session, we will clear the energy for you between you and spirit, God, spirit, and source, and earth mother. your angels and guides will come in and we clear their energy and find out, make sure they're working on your team with you and they're doing good things. For and with you. And if they're not, we ask them to, or we replace them with more cooperative guides. Then we look at what's going on in your life. The big things that we look at are health, wealth, and romance. Okay. Sometimes it can't all be done in an hour. But what I'm saying to you, Willow, is that in the Akashic Records, I'm showing that you have lifetimes of scrolls of where you've tried things before. And so when you came into this life, it's already programmed in your soul. Okay, these are the things I'm going to learn. And so you find yourself in similar situations. And what we can do is we can look at those similar situations, bring them together and say, like, one of them's anxiety or fear, one of them is maybe infidelity or something. And we get that, we have the soul look at it in real time with me, and then we dissipate that energy out of the records because you don't need that negative energy. And we put positive back in, like being able to hold your truth, being able to walk forward in peace and love in your truth, and have a relationship that is the highest quality for you. And if there's other suitors or other people around, how you can, put them on the edges while you check out one or two and move forward, and then invite them in, it later. And how does that work? So those are all things that we can discuss during a session, and I will help you to move through them. I have over 13 years experience working with the Akashic Records and people, and I've learned so much um, about people and human beings and how we act and interact, and how drawing boundaries and is good, and being an empath. You're so sensitive. A lot of times you just, crawl within yourself, and how to strengthen that. And so when you do a session, it's not just about, oh, here's your past life, here's what you did in it. Let's clear the records, put in the positive juju, change the vibration. I give you actual steps to walk forward, actual steps to help make your life better and to have joy every day in your life. So if you're interested, Willow, reach out for another 15 minutes. There'll be a discounted rate for a 1 hour Akashic Record reading at toolsofenergyprotection.com. Click on services, and I will see you then. And I'm going to go ahead and close that out, and big hugs and kisses. Okay, the next question. I don't have any more questions right now on YouTube. So I'll take another question um, from Instagram. Bleeza says, I have been feeling more anxious lately. I don't know the pit of my stomach. Okay. Bleeza, so right now, again, this is not really Akashic-y, Akashic recordy. However, the information is important to share with all of you. As our planet is shifting and changing, those of us that are empath, highly sensitive star seeds are feeling this call to do a greater work than what we're doing in our day-to-day lives. And we're expanding our consciousness, and we're bringing and anchoring more light into the world. And that in itself can cause anxiety, because the world and God Spirit Source is asking you to up level who you are. And as you know, our conscious brain is so comfortable in its little hamster wheel, and it loves to be there. But our divine self is like, we got to come up here. And so there is a back and forth between jumping into your divinity, where the desired outcome is, and staying in this little conscious area that you've had and that feels comfortable for you. It's starting a new routine. So again, that's not in the records, Lisa, but thank you so much for asking. And I would encourage you to take advantage of that special. There's 15 more minutes to go to, to toolsofenergyprotection.com. Click on services, click on the 1 hour Akashic Record reading, and receive a $30 discount. So anyway, thank you for asking, and big hugs and kisses. Excuse me. 1234 Lost says, thank you. You're welcome. All right. I hope you've enjoyed today's reading, and I will be back next week on Wednesday about the same time. And so I hope to see you soon. Remember, excuse me, toolsofenergyprotection.com.